Hello, welcome back to TBI Talk. Today I'm here with John. I'm not even sure what his last name is, but I'll let him introduce himself and we'll start off with that.
My name is John Rienzi.
John Rienzi.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about the way you got your injury. Sorry, there's a plane going overhead of us. Tell me a little bit about your injury and kind of the background of what the cause was and what happened.
Well, part of the cause is the fact that I have a chemical imbalance, which led to some mental illness, but I've also been abused a lot as a child and as an adult, and I have PTSD, diagnosed about 10 years ago, but I think I've had it since I was 12 in some ways, and that's basically where it came from.
That's where it came from. So at what age were you when you realized what was going on? What?
A little bit at 18, but definitely in my 20s.
In your 20s, okay.
Yeah.
So how have you started, or how did you initially deal with trying to handle the situation and accept yourself?
I did so by prayer and receiving communion often at Mass, and also I had counseling by the time I was 27, and I was on psych meds by the time I was about 23.
By the time you're 23.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then, so can you please, because the reason we're doing these videos is to help someone that's maybe new to the type of injury that you had, to maybe understand and have hope that there is a way to overcome and be able to jump the hurdles that you face. So what were some of the ways that you felt was successful in helping you overcome the problems that you have and what stuff like that?
Yeah, I've always done a lot of praying, which has gradually helped, and I've had a good psychiatrist the last 20 years and even other times, and I go to counseling and have been since I was 27. I think the biggest factor has been, as my psychiatrist actually said, been praying for healing and memories and just praying about it, but it's also helped with psychiatry and counseling, and support groups have also helped.
Okay. All right. So what individuals were in your life to help you with this? Just your psychiatrist, or
counselors and the Lord and friends and sometimes family and just support groups and people that said good things to me, family and friends.
Gotcha. So I know you've mentioned the Lord a few times. Explain your relationship with the Lord. What does that mean to you? Well, what has that done?
I spend time with him every day, and I go to Mass frequently during the week, and he just helps me see more and more each year that he loves me for who I am, not what I do, and that helps me tremendously. And he also helps me with my rough emotions, and may not be overnight, but he helps me.
He helps you.
Yeah.
Amen. That's awesome. So what? How long did it take you to work through and understand what to do to get to this point in your life? About how long did that take you?
40 years.
40 years.
Yeah,
40
but
years.
I'm doing a lot better in the 80s and 90s than I was in the 80s and 90s. I'm not like totally free of PTSD or don't need psych meds, but I'm a lot better in the 80s and 90s than I was in the 80s and 90s.
So there's been an advancement with helping people with the type of injuries that we have, right?
Yeah, they know more about the brain, they know more about PTSD, and it's all helpful.
Yeah, so one thing that I've struggled with is the fact that my loved ones, they don't realize just exactly why I say the things that I say. They don't realize why I act the way that I do. How do you prevent yourself from maybe giving the wrong impression, or do they just accept you as you are?
For the most part, they accept me as they are, but I've gotten a lot of verbal persecution when I've reached out to the poor a lot, and not so much for my mental illness, but then most of my family don't know what to say about my PTSD and mental illness because they don't have it.
Right.
But that's basically it.
Okay. So we're at the Cleveland Clinic Golf Challenge facility today, and shout out to them because they so graciously allow us to come here during the summer, even though we're disabled. They go out of their way to help us and allow us to golf and just get exercise. What has that meant to you? What is this type of environment meant to you?
It's meant a lot. It's the funnest thing I do all summer. I've been coming about 5 years, and their help is appreciated and just makes it better, makes the overall experience better. And I look forward to coming. I look forward to coming the next time.
So I know that one thing that's inspired me is the fact that, you would think people that have money and that are successful with what man calls success are the ones that would help you. But those aren't the people that help me. The people that help me are people like you. People like you have realized just how difficult it is. So being in this environment for me is what has made me realize that life is not really as important as money and the things that you can get. It's about helping others and being around people that understand you and being accepted by them. So how does that make you?
Oh, it's helped me a lot. Friends and family that have done that, and especially some close friends, and also my psychiatrists and counselors. And I probably could use to get back into a support group. I haven't made a final decision yet, but it all helps, especially prayer. And not say prayer alone has done it, because it hasn't, but the counseling and support groups have helped a lot.
Do you have a daily relationship with God?
Yes.
Yes, a daily relationship with God.
Yes.
And that's very important, isn't it?
Very. Even if I didn't have any of my disabilities, I'd still need them.
Right. Well, and that's what's crazy, because I've started to study the Bible, and I realized, when I started reading the Bible and understanding, and he always went to the poor or the blind or the tax collectors or all the people that weren't liked or weren't part of the community. But those are the people that accepted him. Those are the people that realized they needed him.
That's so true.
Isn't that crazy?
Yep.
I mean, and you got the shirt on that I really like, by the way. That's a really cool shirt. And what is the number one thing that you would say about Jesus? What's the number one thing?
That he's a healer. He loves and accepts you as you are. He works with you. He's patient. And above all else, maybe he died to show his unconditional love.
Unconditional love. Unconditional love. Isn't that great?
Yep.
And that's where, when I started reading the Bible, I now say unconditional love all the time, because he showed me unconditional love. I didn't deserve it. I couldn't earn it. But because he gave me unconditional love, that's what I want to do with everybody else.
That's great.
And that's what I want to make people realize that have some of the similar problems like we have, to realize that God is right by your side. All you have to do is open the door. If you open that door, he will come in. He will do things for you I've had miracles like, I almost think it's unfair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, why does he show it to me? But then I hear other people say they've been praying for 20 years for something, and they've never had the answer. But for me, I pray, and sometimes in 1 day or 2 days or a week. But it's amazing how he listens to us. And just speak from your heart. Just speak from your heart, because what I want to share too is that when I finally realized I needed God, and I got on my hands and knees, I knew about God but didn't have a relationship with him. But I used a very foul word in that prayer. I said, if you're blank real, show me. Prove it to me. And guess what? He did.
Wow.
Just like that.
Wow.
And so that's what I'm saying. Just say what's on your heart. Even if you think it's not these prayers that people give are always these perfect prayers. You don't need to pray like that. Just say what's on your heart, because he knows your mind anyways. He knows everything, doesn't he?
Yes.
He doesn't miss nothing.
Nope.
Right?
Yep, and he forgave and loved those who killed him. A cuss word's like a microscopic thing to him. He loves you so much.
Right. Now,
he loves all of us so much.
Right. Now, I wouldn't, out of respect for people, I don't cuss anymore. I try to refrain, but I still slip up sometimes. It's one of the thorns that I have from my old life. When I get upset and get mad, I sometimes still slip up, and that's a thorn that I have. Paul had one thorn, but I've got 10.
I might have 6. I might have more than I'm not aware of.
But so let me ask you this question. Do you know without a doubt in your mind where you're going if you die?
Yes, because of his love, and I've made a sincere effort to respond to, but mostly because of his unconditional love and mercy. I believe I'll be with him by the faith he's given me.
Isn't that going to be amazing?
Yes.
I mean, I've had a hard time even understanding what heaven will be like. To think about, nobody's going to lie to you, nobody's going to steal from you, nobody's going to hustle you, nobody's going to treat you bad. I mean,
we'll love each other so much, it'll give us great joy, and we'll bask in God's love, and it'll give us great joy.
And that's why there'll be joy there, right?
Yep.
Always smiling, always laughing.
Oh my gosh, it's beyond this world. We don't have that all the time.
Right, right. And that's why, I now look at this life as simply a test to see if you can pass to get to heaven. And, so many people say they love Jesus, but do they really? And I would encourage you, if you're a new traumatic brain injury survivor or PTSD or whatever it is, to just simply ask God to come into your life. It's a free will choice. That's all you have to do. It's as simple as that. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, it wasn't right away it was a slow progression of reading the Bible, praying, and realizing some things about how I have my relationship with Him today. But eventually I got to the point, oh my gosh, this is how I should have been living forever. I mean, what's your
Yeah, it's been definitely in some ways gradual for me, and it really is for everybody when you look at some of his teachings. Who always loves their enemies, or always loves themselves, always do what he says. And it's been gradual in a lot of ways, and sometimes I go back a little bit. I'm human. But I was raised in the church, and at least at 16, when I started searching for him more, he was right there.
Right. Well, so one of the things that I have a problem with, or that I struggle with, is I see many people that go to church have expectations on how you should be and what you should do. But what I believe is everybody's journey is different. The time that it takes you or when you find Him can be different. So you still love them even though someone might not say they love Jesus, but their journey might be different than yours, right?
Sure. Oh, sure. And we all have unique gifts and talents, and to really find the Lord deeply, like in any relationship, when you first, let's say you're married, you first meet your wife, you don't know her as good as you're going to know her 5 years from then. Right. It's the same thing with the Lord.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Well, God bless you, John. I appreciate your time. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
Hopefully someone gets inspired by this.
I hope so.
Yeah. God bless you.
Thanks.